Okay, so I've got something very exciting for tonight. If you can see it, that is a kayak. It is I don't know if you can appreciate the scale of that thing, but it's over 10 feet tall, and that is on my balcony in the city. So it's not at all discreet by any means. I mean, this is a behemoth of a unit here. And I was able to fit it out on my porch because that's literally the only area that I have besides like a spare bedroom to put this thing. Just give you a little bit of a different angle here. That's what we're working with, man. I went out to my buddy's place, got this kayak. He was just giving it to me for free, super kind of him. Took it, I got it all washed up because it had been in storage for a while. So my plan for tonight is to get this kayak out for the first time and get it out on a lake that we've never been out on before, which is really my goal this summer, is to hit all these different little midwestern lakes with this kayak. And since I have it now, you know, a lot of places make you rent them, but you got to pay for it. And a lot of times they don't have any available because the lake is quite remote. So we're going to get this thing out of my apartment, get it in the truck, and then get on our way. This is a spot that I've come to for a very long time, but I've never been out on the water. So I'm really excited to go and like explore these new places that I haven't really, you know, been before. It's like some of the spots I've been kayaking, I've been going for a decade. It's where when I have this kayak now, I'll be able to go all over and explore any lake that I'd like to go and check out. One of the cooler things too tonight is I remembered the drone. So we're hopefully gonna get a really pretty sunrise and absolutely capture all of that as well. Oh man, look at that. You're just getting these little teasers of the lake in between these trees here. Hold on a second. Look at that. Wow. That is so cool. Here's our docking port right here, or launching point rather. Here's our launch pad. I found a spot right here, very serendipitous, and gonna get the boat in the water. Oh man, this is so much nicer. Okay, we gotta definitely extend these out. There's these little shoes down in here that basically give you support when you're rowing your kayak and make it just easier when you have foot support rest down in there. But man, this whole, I mean, the kayak's nicer, the launch point is nicer. I hope this thing floats. Why do I feel like it's not floating? Oh, okay, there we go. Wow. Oh man, that is nice. Oh man. This is awesome. Wow. It's like I just found this whole new world to go explore, man. This is sweet. And there's just lakes like this everywhere. Each one's different. Okay, let's get a little start of a paddle going here. my plan here is going to be first getting out onto the main lake and just kind of seeing that in its full scope and entirety, because I've not been out on this lake yet. So I kind of want to see the grand thing. And then from there, I think there's some little coves that we can maybe go check out from there as well. And then about that time, I'd imagine this sunset is probably going to be coming down to where it's like we could get a really nice sunset if we throw that drone out from there. But man, this is so nice out here. This camera really doesn't do it justice of just like the openness of it, you know? This lens isn't wide enough for you to really see and take it in, but man, it's beautiful. Oh, we got a blue herring over there. See him? Right there. It's nice to see some other paddleboarders and kayakers out here. You know, normally I'm just out here all by myself. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. So right now we're paddling through this little channel that brings you out to the main lake. These are nice, again, because you're just protected from any of the kind of rougher waters. Not to say that it's like too crazy, it's just a lake, but you know, sometimes you get some wake from the boats and all that. So these little canals like this or channels are they're relaxing to paddle in. I think we came out here at just the right time because the traffic on the lake is probably settling down as it's getting later, but in the same time, it's also just really, really peaceful out here, and we've got plenty of light left. Got another little boater out here, some fishermen. Look how cool this little rock cliff is right here. It's got a house up there, kind of tucked away. Oh, it's opening up pretty good. Okay, so I'm just about ready to turn the corner here into the main part of the lake. Wow. I'm gonna try to get out there more in the center and see if I could reach that drone down all the way to where those sailboats were. I don't know, that's quite a ways to send that drone. So we'll see. No promises there, but we'll do our best. But man, there's some really beautiful homes on this one. I think the cool thing about this lake compared to a lot of other ones is it's not sold as like a lot for lot, if that makes sense. So like a lot of lakes, they'll sell up every square inch of that. Wow, we just broke the sun. Look at that. Whew. I was saying a lot of lakes will sell every single lot possible on a lake, every inch of land around it, because it's, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of sayings on that of like lake real estate. There's only so much of it and everybody wants it. But this is a lake where they didn't do that. They left these very large gaps in between the homes to create beautiful nature. And man, that is that's quite nice. I imagine living on something like this would be, I think each one would have its perks and advantages, but living in something like this is immensely more peaceful. There's also a limit on the lake to where you're not allowed to have a boat that would operate at more than 12 horsepower, which is a very small boat. I'll show you one right now. Basically just these tiny little boats that you can putt around in on the lake. Nobody's really creating big wakes. It's very, very just calm and relaxing out here. That's what I mean, just these beautiful homes up in here. Just what a view. That's your view every night. Unreal. We're gonna keep paddling out here towards the center so we can get a good signal on that drone and try to send it out over that way, see if those sailboats are still out there. There's a sailing club on this lake, and it's quite big. It's a really long lake. It's very narrow, but it's really long. Like, you can drive along it for probably 20 or 30 minutes before you reach, the top from the bottom. Almost to the center. Yeah, I don't see any sailboats out there right now, so we're not even going to risk it with the drone. I think I'm just going to kind of enjoy this view here, paddle around a little bit. Sun's going down right now. You can see these fishermen are starting to head home. I would like to find, though, a little spot right here to maybe read a little bit of my Bible. I did bring my flashlight with me in case we're paddling back in the dark or loading the kayak in the dark. We're definitely a little bit out here late. I'm starting to realize that if I wanted to come out here and really explore, I'd need probably a couple hours, 2-3 hours to do that. That honestly wasn't entirely my goal. My goal was to come out here and just enjoy the evening, which I'm doing. Yeah, it'd be really fun to kind of go down and see all these houses. Some of them are just so big and impressive. It's like, it's kind of hard to fathom the amount of money that people put into these things. And then there's a guy like me on his kayak that was free. All right, this is cool up here. I think this would be a great spot to pull out my Bible and read a little bit. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what this is here. If we can get in there or not. Well, I definitely see water on the other side. Well, I bet there's some good fishing in through here. Oh. Yeah, a lot of bird poop. A lot of bird poop on this. We'll see if we can sneak through here without getting in all that bird poop. Now we're kind of hung up on this tree. Not an ideal situation right now. We'll make it. We will definitely make it. Oh man, there is so much bird poop. It's wanting to propel me right into it. Oh. All right, we are in the clear. Look at this little bee right here. Those flowers smell good. I don't know what they are. Maybe it's like some sort of honeysuckle or something. I don't know. All right, we'll wrap around this other side here and see maybe if there's a good spot to kind of hunker in for a moment. Man, I don't know what this is. It looks like an island, but it's not. It's like just this little mog of water. It's like all waterlogged, you know? And I think it wraps all the way around. I think it's just like out here in the lake like this. Yeah, it's just a little kind of water. I don't know what they call it, like a water mog maybe, something like that. No land in there. No land, just trees and some shrubs and things like that. But I figured this would be a good spot as any to pull out my Bible here and read a few chapters, or not chapters, verses. So again, I'll say I'm not by any means a religious expert. I just have found it peaceful to read the Bible here. And I started a new chapter, which is cool. I looked up, I think, kind of like what are more of the either relaxing or wisdom-provoking chapters. I will say this much, like the bit I've read of the Bible so far is like, man, there's a lot of wisdom in it. There's a lot of teachings in that are very practical. So I'm in the book of Psalms here, and the book of Psalms, as described in the kind of translation of this Bible, because it has like its own it's already translated into the NIV, but then there's, you know, marker notes in this as well. So the theme of this chapter, the greatness of God assures the worth of mankind. God, the all-powerful creator, cares for his most valuable creation, people. Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. You have set your glory in the heavens through the praise of children and infants. You have established a stronghold against your enemies to silence the foe and the avenger. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, and the moon and the stars, which you have set in place, what is mankind that you are mindful of them? Human beings that you care for them. You have made them a little bit slower than the angels and crowned them with glory and honor. You made them rulers over the works of your hands. You put everything under their feet, all flocks and herds, and the animals of the wild, and the birds in the sky, and the fish in the sea, all that swim the paths of the sea. Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Chapter 9, theme, God never ignores our cries for help. Author David, probably written after a victory over the Philistines. I think that's how you say that. I've got this bird upset that I'm getting near his house right now. Buddy, why don't you come over and read the Bible with me? We're just trying to have a relaxing evening here. Chapter 9. I will give thanks to the Lord with all my heart. I will tell of all your wonderful deeds. I will be glad and rejoice in you. I will sing the praises of your name, O Most High. My enemies turn back. They stumble and perish before you. For you have upheld my right and my cause, sitting enthroned as the righteous judge. You have rebuked the nations and destroyed the wicked. You have bottled out their name forever and ever. Endless ruin has overtaken my enemies. You have uprooted their cities. Even the memories of them has perished. The Lord reigns forever. He has established his throne for judgment. He rules the world in righteousness and judges the people with equity. The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. Sing the praises of the Lord.
enthroned in Zion. Proclaim among the nations what he has done. For he who avenges blood remembers. He does not ignore the cities, the cries of the afflicted. What is above my head? Let's move back out. Got a slow little drift going here. Lord, see how my enemies persecute me. Have mercy and lift me up from the gates of death, that I may declare your praises in the gates of daughter Zion, and there rejoice in your salvation. The nations have fallen into the pit they have dug. Their feet are caught in the net they have hidden. The Lord is known by his acts of justice. The wicked are ensnared by the work of their hands. The wicked go down to the realm of the death, all the nations that forget. But God will never forget the needy. The hope of the afflicted will never perish. Arise, Lord, do not let mortals triumph. Let the nations be judged by your presence. Strike them with terror, Lord. Let the nations know they are only mortal. There's like I've kind of found that it's like you almost have to read a few lines, or I have to read a few lines, and then I have to like digest what I just read and like rethink about it and rethink about each line. It's just really difficult for me to understand it, a lot of it. There's some things that are very straightforward and clear to me, and then there's other parts where I'm like, I don't really understand this part of it. And then maybe I'll go back and read it a few times, and maybe then I'll semi-understand it, and then there's other times I'm completely lost. Not to say that I would be wise enough to understand any of it, but yeah, there's a lot of people that read it like line by line and dissect the Bible, and it's fascinating. There's a lot to it beneath each word and context, and that's something that I wish I had a better understanding of, because I don't. But I guess I'm trying to understand some of that and pick these pieces of it, books and chapters out to read and kind of start there. So anyways, so I think that's it. We might just sit out here and enjoy this for a couple more minutes before we head in. Look how beautiful that sky is. I'm not the biggest fan of this freeway over here, these cars, but that's also why there's more recluse spots of this lake, and there's also more recluse lakes in general around Ohio. And man, you get down into Kentucky and West Virginia, that is off the path. But this is quite great too. The light is starting to leave us here, so I think we better start making our way back. I do have my flashlight though, so I really don't, I guess I don't need to go back. I just am going to go back. But it is so calm out here. I mean, there is like not an ounce of disturbance in this water. Got some boats out here. Everybody's no wake after sundown. After the sun crosses the horizon, you're no wake. It is so easy to paddle out here when it's this calm. You really could cover some good distance if you wanted to which we will do. We will do. This was just a first stab at Hoover Reservoir. I think this is actually isn't even a lake. I think it's considered a reservoir out here. This is the first stab at it, so it's nice to come out here, get acquainted. There's multiple different launch points on this lake where we can set the kayak in, so we tried out this one. I think the further north we go on the lake, I think the better kind of more remoteness we're gonna get. But this was great. I'm happy with this. moon's already out. Got the moon there. And then right over there we got the sun. There you can really see the length of this lake. It's long. That's not even the bottom of it. And then we're not all the way at the top. You got a whole other section of it underneath that bridge that just continues on. Something really calming actually about being out here right now. I thought I wouldn't like it with, you know, it turning into night like this, but it's super peaceful out here. It's warm. It's like summertime. High 70s, maybe 80 degrees still. Just a cool little breeze going on. And yeah, it's just great. It's great being out here. We're back in the channel here. And we got the boys again here. I don't know how they always end up in a different lake, man. I tell you, these guys travel. Ooh. Big blue herring. Just chilling on that dock. All right, almost back. Not to say that I really want to be though, if I'm being honest. It's great out here. Yeah, this one is tricky to get out of because it is steep. I don't think there's any way out of. Wait a minute. Had to get my feet wet on that one. Well, kind of a alarming way to end the video. I got the kayak back in the truck, and as I picked it up, it just filled with water. It like came all the way back down. So somehow a pretty substantial amount of water had gotten in the kayak, and I imagine it was resting in the back of it. I kind of noticed that the back seemed to be hanging a little bit lower, but yeah. That's pretty alarming because that could have definitely not been good with the drone and gear that I had in there and my Bible in there and, you know, some other things that I had in my bag. I could have swam, but, you know, with a backpack full of valuable things, it's pretty hard to do that. So definitely going to have to kind of look that kayak over to see if there's somewhere that there's like water leaking in. And so I don't know what to do about that, but I think it's got to go if that's the case. So yeah, it's pretty alarming. That could have been really bad. But anyways, ended positively on a good note here. We got back safe, and we'll see you next week. Look how much water is in there. That is not good.